What's going on, stackers? So in this video I'm going to share my 3 KDP colouring book creation hacks to help you save time. So, welcome back to Stacking Profit. My name's Paddy, and over here we give you the tools and resources to learn, grow and master passive income streams so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, like I said, in this video I'm going to share with you my 3 colouring book creation hacks to help you save time. Now, this video is not about creating a colouring book. This is to show you a simple 3-step process that will save you tons of time for when you actually want to create colouring books. See, we want to create and prepare templates so that we have them on hand and create colouring books on the fly for when we have some great ideas. Now, this is for creating quote colouring books like this. Now, if you want to see me create this, we do have a video. You can click right there in the right hand corner to go through and watch it, because this will share and show you how to create the quotes on top of these pages. Now, what we're going to do is go through my colouring book creation process, and I'm going to share my 3-step process, which looks a little something like this. Prioritise, organise, create. This is my process. Now, there are also more steps under these, as you will see in the video. Now, instead of trying to do everything in one day, you can split each of these up on separate days. That would look something like this: Monday, prioritise; Tuesday, organise; and Wednesday, create, or whichever days best suit your needs. Now, once you have completed 2 of these steps, that's prioritise and organise, you only have to focus on creating, because you will have a bunch of templates that you can use at any time. And this is just an easier way to be more efficient and help you save a ton of time. Now, what I'm going to do quickly is just go through those steps. First step being under prioritise, and we will be finding and researching colouring book pages to use. Step 2 is going to be creating and organising folders within Canva, which falls under organise. Step 3 is where we will be creating a master template. Step 4, creating templates from the master template, and then step 5 is where you will be creating your books. So, let's go to step 1, finding and researching colouring pages to use. Now, just like usual, I'm going to be using Creative Fabrica because this is what I use all the time in my own business. I use it to find graphics, pages, interiors, fonts, and absolutely everything that I need. Now, if you want to try out a $1 30-day trial of Creative Fabrica, then there will be a link down in the description. Disclaimer, it is an affiliate link, so if you do decide to purchase, I will make a small commission. Now, what I've gone ahead and done is actually pulled up 5 different designers with some really nice colouring pages on their shop. Now, I've got this one, which are Creative Arena. I have another one just here, which is InventiveDesigner. Then another one called Iqra or Iqra Art. Another one who's called Fayne. And then another one called Safe Publishing. Between these 5 designers alone, you can find some really nice colouring pages to use in your book. Now, these aren't all of the designers, far from it. There's loads of great designers here on the website, but if we have a little look through these, we can see what they look like. So under Creative Arena, they have some really nice colouring pages, and they're bundled together. So this one's 150 pages, this one's 100, look at this one, 500 pages. So with 500 pages, I could actually create a hell of a lot of books. This one's 250, and as you can see, they have some really nice pages. Same with this one. Now, if we look here, they have a lot of other stuff. So when you come onto someone's shop, you can actually filter through here on the left-hand side. If we go to colouring book pages, it's then going to filter all the pages by themselves. So again, come through and check out these designers. What I'm going to do is link all of them down in the description below in case you want to come and check them out. Now again, disclaimer, they are going to be affiliate links, so again, if you do decide to purchase anything, I will make a small commission. Now, do you have to go through my affiliate links? Far from it. Just come over to Creative Fabrica and start researching. Ideally, you do want to spend a good few hours researching here on Creative Fabrica to find patterns, mandalas, or even floral colouring pages that we can use and design quotes on top of. Now, do not rush this step. Again, find some really nice patterns that you want to use. Now, once you have done this step and prioritise the pages that we want to use, we can move on to the next step where we will be creating folders within Canva to organise all of these pages, which again is going to make things so much easier for the next step. But if you come here, then just start typing in. You could type in floral colouring pages. You could type in mandala. There's so many different ways to find some really great patterns on here. But again, these are designers that I like. The first one being this one. Second one being that InventiveDesigner. Third one being Iqra Art, I think that is, and if we scroll down, we can see that they're actually really nice patterns. Now, if we go on to the next one, this is Fayne. They have quite a lot as well, and again, you're going to want to filter through. So if we go here, we can see this packs 30, 30, 30, and we can see they look really good. Now, this one's Safe Publishing. They have quite a lot of stuff, so again, you're going to want to filter through. Now, once you filter through, we can see they actually have some really nice floral borders. Now, with these floral borders, again, you can create some really nice designs on top of them. Now, what I've gone ahead and done is found this one. I've downloaded this folder just here, which is 160 pages. Ideally, if you go for bundles that have a lot of pages, it's going to be a lot easier, and we can create quite a lot of books from these bundles. That's the first one that I've downloaded. The second one being this one with floral borders, because again, we can design some really nice graphics or quotes on top of these. And then the third one being this one. So I really liked these, so I downloaded them as well. Again, spend a good amount of time actually researching, going through every single page, using different keywords to find some really nice patterns. Now, if I pull this up, we can see that I have them all open just here. So this is going to go on to the next step after the next step. So now, once you've prioritized and found a lot of different pages that you want to use within your colouring books, it's on to the next step. And that next step being step 2, which is creating and organising folders within Canva. So if we come here to Canva, just here, we can see I actually already have a lot of these templates just here, which makes it so much easier for me to go ahead and create colouring books on the fly. Now, if you still don't know what I'm on about, then keep watching all of this video so you get a better understanding. So first of all, I've actually done this page. This is going to be for the next step, but I wanted this open so we can go ahead and start creating folders, because with folders here in Canva, if you have the Canva Pro account, you can create unlimited folders. But what I like to do is create a main folder, then have lots of subfolders within that main folder. Now, I've already gone ahead and done it for this video, but I am also going to show you the process. So the folder that I have, if we go to here, just folders, here's my one. No, it's not. Where's my one? My one's further down, but just here, I created a folder called Colouring Books. So if we open this, we can see that I have subfolders within this main folder. Now, how do we do this? Well, we want to go to folders again, just here, and then we want to go to create new folder. So for this instance, we'd call it colouring books, and then anything related to the colouring books that I design, I can put within this folder, which again just keeps things so much more organised. So let's type colouring book. Let's do that again. Colouring book. Now I'm just going to put 2 because this is a separate folder, but then you'd go to create folder. Now within this folder we're going to create subfolders. Now if we go back to this one where I've already done that, I've got mandala colouring pages, floral colouring pages and framed colouring pages. So if I go back to here, I can create that subfolder. So I could put floral colouring pages, or whatever you download here on Creative Fabrica. This one's flower mandalas, so I could actually create that folder and call it flower mandala pages. This way we're going to stay more organized. But I then create the folder, and now I have this subfolder within the main folder. But then I take it one step further and I create subfolders within the subfolders, which is under the main folder. So if we go back to here, we can see if we click on floral colouring pages, I then have subfolders within that subfolder, and this is where I organize and I put them in groups of 50. So why 50? Well, because most colouring books have 50 pages. So if I'm going to create a colouring book, I can then click onto this subfolder within this subfolder, and it's got all the pages that I then need to actually go ahead and create one of my templates. Now, adding your pages to a subfolder is pretty easy. Once you've created it, you just want to click on there, and then you can go to the graphics or the pages that you've downloaded. I have them all here and open. If we click on the flower one, I would then go through PNG, go to the pattern colouring pages or whatever folder it's in, and then I'll just select 50 of these, and then I'll just simply drag, I'd simply just drag and drop these into the folder. So that's very simple to do. And again, creating your folders with subfolders and subfolders just keeps things so much more organized. So this brings us on to the next step, which is step number 3, creating a master template. Now, if we come here to the home page of Canva, we can see I have my master template just here, and then I have my colouring book templates here. So these colouring book templates come from this master template, and if you have this master template, again, it makes creating your other templates so much easier. Now I've gone ahead and created one just here for this video, but I'm going to show you how I go ahead and do that. So first of all, you're going to need the right dimensions for your books. Now with me, I actually use Tangent templates. Now this isn't free, but it is a one-time payment. And in here, they have something called the KDP helper. And you put in everything about your book, and then it will spit out the right dimensions. Now, if you haven't got Tangent templates, you can use something like this, Bookowl. Now on here, if you go to the resources, go right down to the bottom, which is round about here, I believe, you can put in everything here and it will tell you the right dimensions. Now, once you have the right dimensions, you can come to Canva, you can go to Create Design, Custom Design, and then put your dimensions in here. Now with me, I have this set at 8.625 times 11.25. That factors in bleed because with me, sometimes, depending on what book I'm creating, some of my images or lines or whatever go to the edge of the page. Now, when creating a book, to determine whether you want bleed or no bleed, that's all that it comes down to. If your lines and or images go directly to the edge of the page, then you need bleed. So for me personally, I always create my books around bleed, just in case I decide to do that type of design. Now once I've got that here, what I do is put a square on the page like this. This is very simple. I go to Elements, then I go to See All, and then it's under here right there. Now I make that a little bit thinner by making it smaller, then I just drag out the sides to make this rectangle box. Now if we go over to here, this is the master template that we're going to use. Now if we go through this, I make a little thumbnail. This is just a square on top with a translucent background. I don't know why that's translucent at the minute, it doesn't really need to be. But I do that, and then I put master template on top just so it makes thumbnail. Now I do this for everything just so it's easier to organize and see what I have on Canva at a glance. Then what I do, I have my first page. So my first page can be anything. You could have the cover of your book, you could have a little welcome message, you could have literally anything. Then on the second page, you could have a little logo, or you could have a place for people to test their markers. There's so many ideas that you can do for the first couple of pages. Now that would be the first page, so the back of this page would be this page, and then after that is where I have my colouring pages. So what I do is go ahead and have that square, and then I duplicate pages like this until I have around 30 to 50, normally round about 50 pages, because I'm going to create 50 colouring pages. So this is the master template that I use. We can see if we go through all of these right down to the bottom, we can see I have 54 pages. So the first page is that thumbnail. Now when it comes to designing that thumbnail, I delete that like so, and then I would download, but we're going to get that or get into that in a minute. That's literally just there for a thumbnail. Then I have all of these empty pages with, if we go to the end, my logo or something at the end, because this is going to be for the back of this page. So once everything is completed in an extra step, I then go ahead and I can duplicate these and put them behind the pages and do that throughout the book. But this is the master template, and with this master template, this is what I create everything from. This allows me not to have to go through all the steps every single time that I want to create a colouring book. I'd go back to here, not to here, I'd go back to the home page. Then from here, once I have that master template, I'd click on the three dots just here, then go to make a copy. Now that's made a copy, and this is what I now make my other templates from. So I make the master template so I can duplicate to make more templates. I hope that makes sense. So again, this is going to bring us on to the next step, which is step 4, creating templates from the master template. So again, we have the master template which we can always create something from, and we don't have to go through those steps of setting up all of the right dimensions. Now once you have your master template, you can open that, and then you can change the name just here. This is copy, so I want to take that copy out, and this would be a new template. So I'm just going to take that YouTube video out, colouring book template, 50 pages, and this would be template number 1. Now from here, I would change this maybe to something like CB, so that's colouring book template. Then I'd duplicate that, do this, take that down, then I'd have that as number 1. So on the thumbnail, I now know that this is going to be a colouring book template number 1, and this is where I start creating other templates from that master template. And this is where organising those folders comes into play. So now if we go back to those folders, let's actually delete that one because that's not the one. So let's go to here. So with here, we've got all those folders which we created and where we prioritised and organised all the pages that we want to use. So now, because I've used this template, I know I've got 50 pages here. I know I've got 50 pages within these folders as well. So it would be as simple as now going through and adding these pages to these pages. So if we click on here, I have 50 in here. So what I would do, I'd go to that first page, then I'd add one. Then I'd go to the second one, add that. I'd go to the third one, add that, and just keep going through until I've got all those pages on the book, or on the book. No, on the pages. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to speed the video up while I do this. So now what I want to do is go through and sort them out on the page so it looks good. Now if we scroll back to the beginning, just down here we can go through and start making this fit to that square. Now I go through and add them all to the page first just because it speeds everything up. But now I want to make bigger like this, and then what I'll do is just go through each and every single one so they all fit within the square. Now, I didn't go through and do the whole book because it would take a little while. I don't want this video going on too long, but I would go through and do that for the whole of the book. I would then click on the next one. I'd crop this a little bit like so, and then after I've cropped it, I'd make bigger, just so you can see the process again. Make bigger so it's slightly bigger than that square. I'd zoom in to around about there, and then I'd go up and then just crop this so it's right within that square like this. And I'd do that on all of the sides so it fits in that square, or should I say rectangle, like so. Then once I've done that, I click up here to position, go to backwards, and then I lock. Now this looks a little bit blurry when I zoom in. I am actually having a few issues with our internet at the minute. It's not because the picture's like that, but just because my internet's gone really crap over the last few days, and it's something that I've got to sort out. But if we go back to here, and now if we zoom out, go back to fit, again, I'd go through the whole book, so then it would look like this, and then it would be ready to create designs on top of. But this would be one of my templates. Now, with the graphics or pages that you used on here on the left hand side, once you've used the pages so that you don't use them again, we go to here, click the three dots, go to rename, and then we just put used, like so, at the end. This way you know that you've used these colouring pages within a book, because even though we're making templates from that master template, you still want all, let's go to, which one was it? This one. No, there we go. We still want every book to be unique to itself. You don't want to be using duplicate colouring pages like these throughout other books. So again, even though we make a master template and then we create templates from that master template, every book is going to be different with different colouring pages, and we need to know which ones we've used. So again, we click the three dots, go to rename, and then just put used once you've used those colouring pages. So that would then bring you on to the next step, which would then be step 5, creating your books. Now, we're not going to go ahead and actually create a colouring book out of these pages because this video would be way too long. Again, watch that video which I recommended right there in the right hand corner to go through to see how you can create quotes that look good on top of these colouring pages. But that's my process, and that's what this video was all about, to create templates using my simple process of prioritize, organize, and then create, because you can create your master template, which we'll always have, and then you can create colouring book templates from that master template, so that you then have all these different templates that you can use on the fly for when you want to create colouring books. This is also known as batch working. So I do this from time to time. I've got my master template, which I've always got. I've then got lots of different folders organised within Canva with lots of different colouring pages that I can use, and then once I've used them I say, and I put it there, used, so I don't use those colouring pages more than once. But I'll have, or as you can see, I have all these different templates which now I can actually go ahead and start creating books. So again, you could do your prioritising on one day and sort out all of your folders and the colouring pages that you're going to use. Then you can do organising on another day. Organising where you create the folders, put all those graphics into the folders and start creating your master template along with your colouring book templates. And then on completely separate days you can use all of these templates to actually go ahead and start creating your books. So as you can see, this is what allows me to be a lot more efficient and save so much time when it comes to creating my colouring books, because most people are going to go and find some graphics or some colouring pages. They're then going to upload it into Canva. They're not going to organise them. Then they're going to try and start creating a page. They're going to do every page one by one until they have their book. But if you break everything down like this, prioritise, organise and then create, you're going to have all of these different templates that you can use for when you have ideas for creating books. So let me know if you liked this video or if you'd like to see more videos about how I keep everything organised, stay more efficient and get a lot more done in such short amount of time. If you want to see anything like these, then drop a video, or not drop a video, drop a comment down below letting me know. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been Stacking Profit, and I'll see you again soon.